And we are outside the Breakaway Tavern in Smyrna, Delaware for the third annual Tournament of Death 3! Are you people ready?
What do you got for us, Mike?
I got a light too. And hey, who's that guy?
Tonight, Necro, Butcher, Man, Pondo, Wife Beater, Ian Knox, Chris Cash, Ruckus, and the Canadian Superstars will be here to battle it out to see who is the most ultra-violent, sickest son of a bitch on the planet. Look at this bottle right here. A glass bottle with thumbtacks glued to it. Sheets of glass, water containers, boogie boards. We got a Santa Claus here. Who do you think is going to win this year's Tournament of Death?
Nick Gage.
Nick Gage, uh-oh. Who do you think?
Zandig.
Zandig's not in it.
He's going to win.
Wife Beater.
Wife Beater, we got one for Nick Gage and one for Wife.
Nick fucking Gage.
Cookie Man. In just a few moments, we're going to be letting you in, and we're going to start the Tournament of Death 3.
Hey guys, what's going on? Psycho Shooter here, CZW Hall of Famer Drake Younger. I am here with two incredible friends, Justin Valencia and my man Delaware Mike. Delaware Mike is a legend in the CZW scene. Yeah, he is. But we're here in Smyrna, Delaware, a town where I've had a lot of memories in my wrestling career, especially on the deathmatch side of things. But we are at the site of Tournament of Death 3. What was the name of this bar?
Breakaway Tavern.
Breakaway Tavern. This is TOD 3 is where it took place. That's the infamous Sexy Eddie incident. Necro Butcher versus Green Phantom. JC Bailey and Chris Cash. Great tournament. Wife Beater won it, but it took place right here. I love going to these old CZW sites in Delaware and in Philly and Jersey that Mike does a great job, capturing the memories and moments from there. Justin, you've done amazing as well. So if you were around during that time, that 2002 to 2008 era where CZW was doing a lot of stuff in Delaware, they were really special shows.
Here, let's go over here where Zandig did the promo where he was all freaking out.
Okay.
He did a promo with Robbie Marino.
So where was the ring at? Back here? Okay.
Right there.
Is that the What Are You Blind?
What the fuck just happened?
What do you mean what happened? What are you, blind? Jesus! What are you, blind?
Yeah. Jesus. But this is where they washed off. After the matches, they had the hose over
So
here.
for those that don't know, in any kind of outdoor deathmatch situation, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be in Delaware, there's a lot of times it's at taverns or restaurants or bars, so there's not really a shower on site. You can't shower till you get to the hotel. And so a lot of times you're bloody, you got glass on, so literally after the matches, they bring us back off to the side and they hose us down. So it's always a funny sight seeing these big tough guys all bloody with just freezing from the water. And then when you got multiple matches, because in a tournament you can have 3 matches in a day. And that's a tough day at the office. So I've had a couple of those where I've done 3 in a day, and the in between, it's tough getting that adrenaline back up. But the fans are always there. You guys are awesome. That's why we do it.
That's where that's where the cleaning section was right there.
Chris fucking gas! Chris fucking gas! Chris fucking gas! Chris fucking gas!
Yep. I wonder if at the time if Sabina was the nurse for CZW. Sabina was our CZW nurse. She was great. She always stitched us up and took care of us as well. So.
Yeah, there's the ring right back here.
Okay.
You never been here.
I'd never.
Oh,
no.
but you've seen it on video, right?
Yeah. I just watched the show. I watched the show on DVD.
Ring right there.
How long has this been abandoned?
It was opened up. It was abandoned when we had the last TOD, but the guy let Zandig run the TOD.
Okay.
And it's but it was never open. It was as a bar after that 1 year.
Wife Beater gave Necro the sidewalk slam.
Right over there.
My God, no!
off a truck.
Yeah, and I helped him. I grabbed his belt buckle and pushed him up.
One thing, it's all about the trophy. The tournament of the trophy that declares you the champion. The whole
So right there,
Right around there.
is where Necro gave, or White Beater gave Necro Butcher a sidewalk slam off the truck.
Yeah.
Through a table.
The ring was here.
Yep. Wow.
The
It
dressing
was
room.
in the summer, right?
Yeah. The dressing room, that's where they were all coming out from.
John strikes spear into the hearts of many. He is a legend amongst mortal men. He is our first ever tournament champ.
That's another cool thing I think is awesome is that I think it's almost like a yearly tradition. And you guys, I don't know if you would agree with this. It's almost like a yearly summer tradition. It's almost like there's like this deathmatch tournament season.
TOD.
I know there was, at least back in the heyday, where there's a season of deathmatch tournaments. I love like the summertime. You get late in the spring, it's like, okay, there's going to be some deathmatch
Carnage
tournaments.
Cup. Yep.
So like, let's talk real quick. Let's just say in 2007, I just know off the top of my head like the tournaments that happened that year. So in 2007 we had TOD at Bulldozers as well, which we're gonna go there a little bit. That's the one that that's the one that I won. Then you had King of the Death a couple weeks later in Indiana. King of the Death matches.
I get them all mixed up.
Yeah. And then we had the Deep South Carnage Cup that year. We had IWA East Coast Masters of Pain. We had IWA Mid-South Double Death. Also, CZW did a second little TOD that year in September. TOD Rewind or Fast Forward.
Yeah, God, he's got good memory. You got good memory. I can't remember. I live here.
And then, the Double Death. Then they did Queen of the Death matches. So my point being, like that 06, 07, during that time, the DVD market was really huge, and so everybody, that's how you guys would see stuff from other places. And so there we were just banging out all these tournaments. And as a fan, it was really cool because you had all this content to choose from. And as a wrestler, it was great for me because I had all these opportunities to work with good talent and get over. And then you guys were always traveling. You would travel everywhere.
That's how I met you in Indiana.
Yeah. Real quick, Delaware Mike, he met me at King of the Death Matches, June of 2006. It was my first tournament. I had the barefoot thumbtacks match.
Yep.
And then I remember Wax, you and Wax got word back to Zandig about how I did.
Right, yeah.
And then I was telling Justin on the drive here, a week or two later, I got a MySpace message from Wax that said, hey, Zandig wants you to come out to TOD.
Right.
So when you saw me there, that was my chance to break out, got me the break, got me into TOD. And I was telling him,
Brandon Prophet too.
Yep, Brandon
And I gave you
Prophet.
guys a ride home from I gave you a ride. You came with your dad.
Yep.
And I gave you and Brandon Prophet a ride to the show.
Yeah.
And then your family came later.
Yeah. My stepdad, I booked for Tournament of Death, 2006, 21-year-old kid, biggest opportunity ever. No guarantee. I'm not asking how much money I'm making. I don't know. I just get in a car and drive there is what I presume. And so my dad, my stepdad drove me and Brandon Prophet 13 hours to Delaware for no guarantee. And then we'll talk about it when we go to Bulldozers. But, that started a beautiful 8-year run with CZW. So
How does it feel?
That happened because of you and Wax.
Thank you. How does it feel to be at a historical site where there's so many historical matches that happen here? Because even the Briscoe brothers won their tag team title here.
Yep.
There was a lot of shows. Does it feel funny does it feel like part of history being here?
Well, and that's something I
How's
really
it feel?
appreciate because CZW, late 90s, early 2000s, they ran a lot of shows. Like they didn't always do just deathmatch tournaments here. Delaware, they had regular shows and stuff. So there's just so much history here, and I think like the general public wouldn't really appreciate it. But we as wrestling fans and diehard wrestling fans, like we appreciate these sacred grounds that we're standing here on. And just as a fan, CZW fan, as somebody who invested so much of their life into the company, and then going on to be a champion and a Hall of Famer with the company, I just appreciate being able to come back here and my life, my personal life now. I'm a husband and father, and this part of my brain didn't get used a lot, so it's cool to kind of come here and draw my memory of all the TOD stuff from back in the day. Yeah.
Me and Mike talk about people, visiting famous battlegrounds.
Yeah.
And to us,
Like
this
Gettysburg and stuff.
And like this is, this means a lot.
Yep.
When I first moved down to Delaware, this was one of the first places I visited, the firehouse. You know, it was like, oh man, these crazy.
The war at Station 44.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
right down the
we
street.
should get to the other place before it gets dark to see where he won the title.
But you were talking about visiting historic sites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, I kind of.
That's what it's like to me, because from a fan perspective, I think of Sexy Eddie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so like I'm here on the grounds where Sexy Eddie became a star.
Right around here.
Right here,
Right around
Sexy
here.
Eddie
Yeah.
became a star totally by accident.
Which led to
Yeah.
Kevin Steen,
Yeah.
Generico coming down, bringing the Canadian guys. So they could almost be traced to CZW.
Huge. Yeah, absolutely. So I always appreciate it when I worked for WWE. Anytime we went to Madison Square Garden or when we went to Staples Center in Los Angeles, dude, I would take the time to walk around and just think of all the legends. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that as well. Historic battlegrounds and sites and venues. Growing up in Indiana, I used to go watch WWF and WCW at Market Square Arena. It's tore down now, so you know what I mean? Like, you got soft spots in your heart as a wrestling fan. For some
Well, let's go see where you won your TOD.
Let's go! Let's go!
Can't see what's going on over there.
Okay, the white beater got me, I admit it. Who showed up for Ian's? Who showed up for this one? Who showed up at the gathering? I did. What white beater do? He rested. He rested for the gathering. He rested for Ian's, and then he comes here, he whips my ass. There's always next year, I'll get to you, watch.
God damn, I need to do some fucking... What the hell am I doing in there, man? Scarring up my beautiful body? No. Come on, cock, I need you for tonight. Oh, shit. Still got a long way to go. Round 1 is out of the way. Got round 2. If I can live through that, then it's on to the finals. Fatal 3-way. Who's gonna survive? Who's gonna even be there? If I'm lucky enough to make it, if I'm lucky enough, I'll be able to use my cock tonight. If not, fuck, I'm gonna have to change professions. Fuck, I'm gonna have to be a priest or some bullshit like that, man. Fuck this crap. Fuck this wrestling. I'm too old for this shit. Ah, God. In the peculiar institution, Frederick Douglass said, everybody from the South one day dreams of whipping their master. You see, John Zandig, Hey Club, right now you're the masters. But coming up, August 14th, the whip will be in the hands of the blackout. You see, you want to try and injure this man. You want to try to give him concussions, barbed wire boards. Do you know what this dude grew up with? He was plucking roaches out of his cereal boxes. You think he's afraid of a little barbed wire? You think that's going to stop him? You think that's going to kill his high? He's the World Tag Team Champion. He's the Trifosaurus Rex. He is Ruckus. So believe me when I tell you, motherfucker, you can't stop us, because you always bet on black.
You know what, Nick Gage? You see this lump on my head right here? You think that's something? That ain't shit. When I get you on the 14th, I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass. And I'm gonna get Nate hatred, I'm gonna do the same shit to him. My head's fucked up right now. But you know what? The 14th, your whole motherfucking body's gonna be fucked up.
Tell you what, JC Bailey, I got a lot of respect for you. You put me through shit I've never even could imagine. This is a company where it's based on stepping it up. Cage of Death, Tournament of Death, best of the best, they're big shows. CZW fans are loyal. They've always cheered for me and been happy. But no matter if I win or lose, I get the respect. What I'm all about is going out there, entertaining you people. Doesn't matter about this. Scars, they might be there forever, but they're nothing but a memory. You guys gotta realize that. I might not have made it past the first round, but my heart's always there. For the boys out there to go out there, you better respect them, because it takes a lot of balls and a lot of brains to go out there and do that kind of stuff. And I don't regret it on nobody. Thanks, CZW.
Tournament Death 3. I fell victim to the hands of the one and only CZW's infamous wife beater. The only thing is I gotta say is good luck and be safe.